Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Eric Bellinger, and right now you're locked into With Love with Ty Cole, my brother. Great show on the way. Stay tuned. It's easy.
What's up, folks? It's your boy Ty Cole in the building here with another episode of With Love with Ty Cole. And listen, this is gonna be your favorite episode. We got the one, the only. He's a platinum recording artist. He's won many awards, many accolades. One of the best songwriters ever. And I'm happy to call him a friend. We got Eric Bellinger in the building, man.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on?
What up?
How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Listen, I want to say thank you for even coming on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've always, since you've met me, like, what, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
You've always supported me. You've always told me to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I've always been a little nervous to do so, but he kept on instilling in me, like, just start it, don't look back.
Yep.
And I feel like now we're here. So,
That's right, man.
welcome home.
Of course, happy to be here and, support you in everything. So it's dope to, see your idea come to fruition and just be a part.
I appreciate that, man. You know, you are in the studio right now.
Yes.
So you got some music coming out.
Yes.
So what are some elements that we about to get? Because I feel like the last project we got Afro beats, a little bit of R&B. We always kind of stay in that R&B pop lane. Are we doing something different this time?
So last time was the Afro Beats album. It was part 1, and now part 2 is about to come out.
Okay.
So the last album was called It'll All Make Sense Later, and this one's called It All Makes Sense. So that one was more so written, recorded, produced by and written by a lot of different African creators. I went to South Africa to make it, and with this one, it's kind of like me understanding it a little bit more. I wanted to, pay respect to the authenticity and, really go out there. But now it's like, all right, I'm feeling comfortable to do my own thing, to infuse the R&B sounds a little bit more. You know, it was still a little R&B, but now it's like you're going to hear some slow R&B vibes, but it's still going to be, Afro,
Afro infused.
Infused. Yeah, exactly. That's good. Instead of the last one being R&B infused, this one will be Afro infused.
How does it feel to really because I think a lot of times I see artists and they play with the Afro beats, I think a lot of times it's not really authentic or doesn't resonate because it just feels like you kind of just slapped on a beat that's similar to Afro beats.
Exactly.
And you just rapping and singing on it. So how important is it for you to be authentic when you are tapping into other cultures and other genres and making sure that you are doing its just due by being respectful of the culture?
And I think that's why I went out there. Like I said, that first time, I didn't want to just do it. I didn't want to be on my own. I wanted to have the proper guidance. I wanted to make sure I was, pronouncing the words with the correct broken English, everything.
The dialect.
Yeah, the dialect. I feel like it's so important, and even sometimes when people might just do one on an album or 2 or 3, like I wanted to, embed myself in the whole process and just submerge. Like we got the first project, and then I did a deluxe, and then here comes the next project, and then there'll be another deluxe after this. So it's not just it's like, yo, I really love this sound and it's something refreshing to me. And I think that's more important in order to keep the creative juices alive.
Now, before we really get into these other questions, we always kick it off with the first segment. It's called Love Like Mama.
Yeah.
So it's inspired by my mom.
Yeah.
Everything she does rooted in love.
Yeah.
Same thing like how you do everything in love. So, what's the most important love lesson you've carried from your upbringing?
Yeah. Oh, man, I think to love unapologetically, let people dig their own hole instead of me trying to do it for them, and move with grace and, let God handle the rest.
Aries, we tend to move with a lot of love. Aries are really big lovers, I feel like.
Yeah.
What's the one misconception about love that you had to kind of learn as you got older?
That I would say love is what you put into it. Like if you are somebody that truly loves love and, you will find the silver lining. You will find, because you just are loyal, by fault. I think that's just something that we love and we forgive as well. So, if it's in the wrong hands or if your heart is in the wrong hands or if you love the wrong person, I think we hurt a lot more because we truly just was like, I think let go and gave all that slack. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, man, you didn't do nothing but hang yourself with it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, who has loved you in a way that still kind of shows up and shapes the way you are today? Like, who has been somebody who's been like a pivotal person that's just really poured into you?
Yeah, definitely my dad. My dad since day one, whether I was playing football, whether I was running track, playing basketball, wanted to do music, changed it, like, yo, let me do this now.
Yeah.
It's like he's just always been there, through relationships and always just gave me the example that I knew I needed to be to my boys.
Is there something that, like, a piece of advice or like he's given you that kind of still rings true? Because when I think about the things my dad has said or my mom has said, when they say it in the moment, I may not recognize it, but as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh damn, like, she was kind of right.
Yeah,
he was kind of right.
A crazy thing that my dad always says is there's always shit in the game. Yeah. And I always be like, you funny, man. What you mean, man? That's just your saying.
Yeah.
But then I kind of understand later that it's like, man, nothing will ever be perfect.
No.
You know how you always try to be in control and, okay, I want this there and I want this to be at this type of angle. You know what I mean? Like just that OCD. It's like, even if you, as clean as you are, somebody could trip and spill a juice on you or something, or I give you a hug and now you got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just always something that's going to be there. So I think for me, being a perfectionist and having OCD is like, it allows me to give myself grace and just be cool with the outcome and learn acceptance and surrender.
Now, you always pour love in other people. You pour love into me whenever you see me. I see you just like work in the room in general. Like, even if you may not even know who that person is, like you just really come in with just like so much love. So how do you practice that same love to yourself as you pour into other people and extend to others?
That's a great question. It's just giving myself that me time, realizing that I need the self-care, I need the meditation, I need the yoga, I need to go to the gym, I need the massage, man, I need the facial, I need the manicure, pedicure, spa treatment, I need all that. Get the 15 minutes extra on my arms too.
Yeah, and I want the foot too.
The foot too.
I need the foot. Yeah, wrap it. Let it sit there.
Put my hands in the things where it feel like they stuck.
Okay, I want to feel like a baby's ass when I'm finished.
You get what I'm saying. And I do all of that, because I do go heavy on making sure everyone else is good. But I always make sure my cup is full first so I'm able to be there for people.
Now, your tagline always has been, this can be your favorite song.
Yeah.
And 100% of the time, it definitely is one of my favorite songs. Now, what's been, your favorite loss that later turned into a win for you later?
Man, ironically, that label, your favorite song, like that
really?
Like now everything that I release is through All Wins Entertainment. And your favorite song is the label that built me up, that got me here, the tagline, it still remains the mantra behind All Wins Entertainment. But having to cut ties just because I built that with someone else, and we no longer work together anymore in the music capacity. So it was like, man, I'm about to have to start all the way over. But in doing that, I didn't look forward to it at first, but in doing it, I learned so much. And now I feel like I'm just fully equipped, a Swiss Army knife that has been through the fire to now be able to sustain.
How do you deal with that type of grief? Because people think grief is just like, oh, somebody like passed away or et cetera. But grief can be like a loss of like a business, a loss of like a friendship. So how did you deal with that sort of grief? And in what ways did it teach you how to maneuver? Because sometimes with those situations, you got to think quick on your feet.
Yeah. No,
so how did you navigate that?
I think the way that I always never really take stuff personal has carried me. Like people take the hits and the losses and they I don't know, they hold on to them, and then they let those actions determine the type of person they are. They let it alter their character. They see things they don't like and it changes them. But for me, I think I've always known who I am in the spirit and knowing who I am and my purpose. So it's like for me to allow certain things to get me, knock me off my block too much is gonna take away from who I'm supposed to be. So it's like I'm able to see something and keep scrolling. I'm able to see subliminals and just
Ignore
pray
it.
for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, man, for me, it's easy to move on in situations that I know is just like, oh, okay, because I believe God is standing there with a bigger teddy bear behind his back. Like, you don't even know what I got for you over here. You know what I mean? So,
is there a time where you had your faith kind of waver and you didn't realize that teddy bear was behind his back? Like, in what moment was it where you were just like, you know what, God, like, I don't know, man. Mm-hmm. And how did you get back to get it back into your faith where it was not wavering?
So, man, the faith is like, it's deep, deep. Always knowing that I will make it out, not knowing how for sure though. It's been times it's like, yo, I'm in a car. I love a good yell at God moment.
You
like,
got to.
Do you not see me?
Do you not hear me? Like, hear me.
Hear ye.
Right.
Hear me.
Yahweh, come
Yahweh.
this way.
That's it. And when it's not happening in your timing, you tend to think maybe he's not listening, but really maybe you aren't listening, you know? So it's definitely times, where I'm like, wow, okay. Luckily, I love what I do.
Okay.
Love it with a passion. So it's easy to continue when, all right, man, forget this. Let me go do something that makes me happy. What makes me happy? Writing songs.
Music.
What's my therapy? Writing music. So it's something that always will be, man, something that I can benefit from. I'll turn the pain into gain by just writing down my thoughts.
Patience is a really big virtue. Like I was listening to, who was it this morning? Pastor Mike Jr. And he was talking about like the 3 things you have to make sure that you are following when you're trying to just like listen to what God has to say. And one of them was definitely patience. And I feel like when you have patience in everything, you're able to really see his like broader, bigger picture.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main places you need patience is in marriage as well. Now, I'm not married, you are, so you're the expert here.
Yeah.
Now, marriage isn't just about love, but it's also like a foundation as well.
Yeah.
So what's the most unexpected lesson that like you and Lamaya have learned about protecting love in the spotlight? Because sometimes, and we've all seen it, people bring their spouses and their significant others outside. Next thing you know, it's like whole public dispatch and, all this spewing and stuff like that. But the one thing that I love about y'all too is you never see that. Y'all could have argued before you got out the car.
Right.
And y'all hop on that carpet, y'all smiling, y'all loving on each other. So how important is it for y'all to do that? And what was the most unexpected lesson in doing that?
Yeah. I think with love and with partnership, with relationship, you have to completely be in it, for reasons just outside of you. You know what I mean? I think people get real selfish when you need to be selfless as much as possible. But the only way to feel comfortable in your selflessness is if your partner also joins you in doing the same. If I feel like I'm able to just give while still being poured into, it works out. But if it's like I'm just pouring and then I don't have, nothing's coming back my way, it's tough, you know what I mean? But if I'm only pouring into myself and she's pouring into herself, that's not gonna get you nowhere either. So it has to be that revolving love that you do for yourself. When we got married, was nobody there. It's me, her, the beneficiary, and the witness.
Was that intentional? Like, did you
Yeah, that was just like us. Like, I was like, I don't think anybody needs to be involved. This is something that we doing. And she just was like, I couldn't agree more. The same for nobody else but us. And that has reflected throughout our relationship. Sometimes people, like the posts that we do together, they be the biggest posts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the most engagement, the most all that. But a lot of people would see that and say, oh, I got to post more and of us.
Yeah.
This is what people like. And I think they feed into it too much to where they're trying to take advantage of it rather than ours is like, this is just what we was doing. If
organic,
we caught it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really like here to try and
curate something.
Yeah, off of it. It's more so like we just love each other and with that being a byproduct of who we are as people, sometimes it's a photographer in the room. But we not out here like, all right, what can we do that?
Yeah, I can't cry on camera. Like, I was crying, like, I think 2 days ago about my mom.
Yeah.
And when I see people cry about their parents, I see them, like, put the camera up, and there's no judgment. But I just feel like those moments are so sacred because God and I are having a conversation right now. And if I'm involving the world in that small bit of, like, you know, personal moment that I have, exactly, like, I'm already vulnerable. And I think there's, for me, not judging folks who do, there's like a time and a place, I think, for vulnerability.
Yeah, I think it's like you looking for a sympathy vote in some way. If you are on live and the tears happen to come, that's different.
That's different.
If you are alone in a room, it's just me and these tears. And then after it's like, all right, I want the world to see that.
Especially when I see the lights set up. You know, like, that's what gets me. Like, I'll see the ring light up, then I'll see, like, you have on a full beat, and then, like, you tearing, but, like, not too much. I'm like, wait, this feels a little orchestrated.
The full beat.
Like, it's a lot. Yeah, like,
crying.
Not to judge, but I'm like, something's a little inauthentic here, man. We can't rock like that. Now, you know, you have another member who's in the family now who's about to enter to that marriage stage. We have Megan, which I love. Shout out to you, Megan. I think she's come on the podcast. You know, with you and Lamaya being as close to Megan and Jonathan, what advice or perspective on marriage and commitment have you shared with them? Or, because you can always still learn, maybe you learned from them.
Yeah, we definitely like go back and forth. You know, I think it's vice versa. The respect is so high on both sides. So it's like when we're out together, we're having conversations, we're learning from each other. I'm giving it from my perspective, same as Lamaya, Jonathan, and Megan. And they're all, you know, maybe they might be new to each other, but they're both still very well versed in relationship experience. So I think, you know, coming together from all four walks of life, we're able to just have the most productive, building conversations, you know what I mean? And for us, me and Lamaya, you know, we always just stress that authenticity. You know what I mean? That's our thing. We just really love both of us. Like, I loved love before her. Same with her. We were always hopeless romantics. And I think seeing Megan and Jonathan together, it's the same energy. You know what I mean? It's really the same energy. So it's dope to have maybe the younger perspective in the relationship, but we are all the same age, so it's that experience that you know keeps the you know, the motivation going between us all.
I love that. Now we have a second segment. It's called the healing questions. Now, you know, I'm taking through a journey, Aaron. So first you kick it off talking about love. Now we kind of get to the nitty gritty of things. So what's one chapter of your journey that hurt in that moment, but it healed you in the long run?
Let me think. Hurt in the moment. Maybe like, I don't know. It's interesting because everything is like, you know, like how I said earlier, like the silver lining. I really move like that glass is half full. I would say being an independent artist / CEO, running my entire career independent this entire time has been the biggest hurdle. You know, like, man, like, so I have to come up with the songs, write the songs, record the songs, engineer the songs, and fund them too.
Then you need a team.
I need the team to market them, to brand it, make sure the style is there, make sure
you hitting the carpet,
make sure the fits, make sure you know the pop-in events to hit. That's a lot of things too, you know. People be like
front facing.
Got to be at the right places. So it's just so many things. And like I said, since I started All Wins, it's just been me, you know. So me and you know, my closest friends at that. It's not like I'm picking, it's like these are my people that I
Yeah.
love to be with, that I love to, you know, and want to see win. So we just gonna learn it together.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And we all win.
And we all win at all wins.
It's kind of like here too, you know. This is all winning here. It's literally a 2-man team right now.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When was the last time you surprised yourself with resilience? Because I think a lot of times, you know, people don't see how sometimes we're all kind of sad about things, or we're down about things, or we going through it. They just see what they see online.
Yeah.
So when did you surprise yourself?
I think the biggest time I surprised myself was how I was able to operate at a time when I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to just be operational, you know, and being operationally equipped.
Right.
You know, so for me, it's like things were always great success-wise on the outside looking in, because you see the songwriter, you see the songs, you see like, wait, if you wrote that for this person, you gotta be rich. If you did that, you gotta, the Grammy, you gotta. But it's like, man, people don't realize that that stuff ain't necessarily monetary all the time.
No.
So we may be outside and have a moment of, maybe you could say fame, but fame don't come with the bread. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there was times when it was like, before maybe I got an advance, or before maybe I got, you know, like a bulk amount of money, that's like, bro, I don't have nothing. And I'm supposed to operate the same way outside. It's supposed to look the same. How is this possible? And I think by navigating through all of that and getting to now where it's like, I can just go to sleep. Like, but before that, it was just like, how am I supposed to do this?
You feel like you're always in like fight or flight mode, kind of.
Yeah. So making it through that is just like, I couldn't get no more resilient than that, just to stay pushing through, to keep my eye on the prize. And the meme with the diamonds at the end, like,
I think we need a record.
Here they go.
Let's make this into a record now.
No, for real. Resilience, man. That's the next song.
That's the next song. Now, you know, you've always championed R&B. So how do you continue to honor the genre's roots while, you know, pushing yourself to explore new themes in the studio?
Think while I'm doing, for example, this project, I'm still working on the next project. So I got It All Makes Sense dropping.
So you work in tandem.
Yeah, but the next album is completely like how we just talked. We just sat there and said that's a whole concept. That's how my next album is. It's completely my personal life articulated via MP3. Every single beat was cooked up from scratch on the spot. Ding, 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 like making the beats. I wrote every song. It's completely from my mind. And that's like, man, when I say R&B, like, it's gonna come out next year, but I've just been cooking it up. And
so we getting vulnerable.
You know, we getting vulnerable. We getting like, you know, it's all that. It's time for the tears.
Okay. You know, I remember watching this interview with Rico Love. It was a while back. He was saying how he hates that, or he doesn't like that when R&B records are out, it's always about we turned up, we lit, we doing this. He was like, y'all are not always operating like that. He was like, y'all also have feelings. Like, where are the true love records?
Yes.
And I would hear his records and I'm like, damn, like, it's like modernized, like 90s.
Classic.
So for you, like, you know, how important is it for you to be vulnerable, and what is something that you were not vulnerable about that you are open to now being vulnerable about on the next project for next year?
So, man, in the past, like, all of my music was always definitely foundation was love. I'm somebody that loves love. Even when I was single before I was married, it was like we talking about intimate things, you know, in these records. But now it's just different, like, because the bass and the tone of everything in the past was always like swag. I need the 808. I'm gonna come with a rappy cadence that's gonna be swaggy. It's gonna be wavy.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, man, when you cooking from scratch, you can't help but go classic. You can't help but go nostalgic. So same thing happened with the lyrics and the concepts. The topics are also vulnerable. It's all, you know, me diving into completely different tasks, different
Right.
topics, like, you know, songs about maybe problems in relationships. Like, man, why isn't this, you know, they don't tell you about this. They don't tell you about this. They don't tell you about this. Or songs about even grief. Even like I got a song called To This Day, and it's just talking about still feeling my mom's presence to this day, still feeling her love to this day, still feeling her and hearing her words to this day. I got a song on there called Fatherhood. And I'm saying ain't no hood like fatherhood. And I'm really repping for the dads out there that, you know, hold it down. You know what I
Right.
mean? So with these records, they're vulnerable. One song is called I Need Help. You know, people see me and it's like, man, I do it all, da 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 da. But it's like, it's only because I make it look easy.
Yeah.
You know, I say it's easy, but it's like, it's work. It's hard work, you know. So the next project is going to entail all of that. The melodies are perfect. The beats are perfect.
You gotta
to
send
my
it to me.
to my standard, you know. There's
I
no
mean,
such
it's a
thing as
high
perfect, but to
standard.
me,
You got a
it
pretty
is.
high standard there, Eric.
You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
because even for myself, like when you're inspired by your mom and the things that she says, like this whole thing is my mom. Like I wasn't even
Nice.
thinking about none of this. Like she came to me in the shower and she was like, "You need to start your show."
Yeah, it's time.
And I was like, ah. And she was just like, "Remember the things I told you." And lately, I've been thinking about just every single thing she taught me, every single lesson she's put in my face, or just everything. So, what is something that your mom has always like just like told you, or shared with you, or just like made you remember?
Oh man, faith. My mom was the biggest faith believer, prayer. You know, I got Philippians 4:13 tatted here. I can do all things. Like it's in my blood. Like, you know what I mean? So just knowing that, you know, God's favor is super real, and to just keep going because his promises is all true. So I walk in faith and victory knowing that it's already done. And if it hasn't happened yet, it just hasn't been in God's timing yet. So I stay in alignment and do my thing
Right.
because it's going to come to me. I'm attracting it rather than chasing it.
Okay. So we got the last segment, her heartbeat.
Okay.
Now this one is kind of reflective. So we think about things, we process things. So when you tune into your own heartbeat, what keeps you moving forward?
My own heartbeat, I think the desire to just keep getting better. I like seeing better versions of me. I like, you know, getting through things that's like, wow, I made it through that. You know, I feel stronger. I look strong. Like right now, I'm fasting, like water
Okay.
only. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So
You don't eat
no
today?
food. No, I ain't ate today. I ain't ate
You
last
can't have
night.
no snacks then.
No, that's why you say you want snacks. It was a quick no, because it's like I only got that water, and I think it's the discipline that confirms, like, man, God is like, you keep, you know, like trusting and believing in me. Like, yeah, I'm hungry, but it's like I'm gonna just pray and just say, God, give me this strength right now, give me this clarity, give me this discernment that I'm after, so that I can be wiser version of myself, you know, every day.
Yeah. What's one creation, role, or song you hope outlives you?
Ooh wee. Creation of song. I mean, every song gonna outlive me, so I mean, one song that I do love, or I could say an album.
Okay.
I got an album called, well, let's say the whole series: Cuffing Season Part 1, Cuffing Season Part
Yeah.
2, Cuffing Season Part 3, and those are the albums that I dedicated the most to my wife. You know, not just love, but intentionally and directly my wife, singing about her, singing about our love when we first got together and married. The first album cover I dropped was Cuffing Season. It was us two on the cover. You know what I mean? So I think I'm somebody who was sent here to showcase God's love in tangible form, in a way that we saw growing up on TV. You know,
Right.
we don't see that. Them kind of shows ain't on TV no more, like the family value TV shows. So just even being, especially now, people are in the IRL world. So it's like, shoot, in real life, in real time, I'm going to be that every day. I'm just that. Like, my life isn't necessarily what can Eric get out of it, but what can Eric give to the world.
My final question for you is, if love was the only legacy you could leave, no music, no nothing, like only love, what would you want it to say about you?
Oh man, I would want to say Eric is the most just risky.
Okay.
I'm just, like, I don't like to gamble in Vegas at all.
Okay.
I'm not gambling in Vegas.
Smart man.
But
Save your money.
Forget that. But love, I'm willing to risk everything. I'm willing to risk my sanity. I'm willing to risk my cool. I'm willing to risk everything because the payoff is peace. The payoff is serenity, and you just have to make sure you're putting your love in the right hands.
That was good. You had a good time today, Eric?
Did
you have fun?
I had a great time.
You enjoyed yourself?
I did. We got
Listen,
the memo. We got the black.
We had the little black on. You know what I'm saying? The little purple. I think this is purple here, matching him and all that.
I feel good.
Listen, Eric, I appreciate you always to come in here. Folks at home, make sure you are streaming everything Eric Bellinger, man. I mean, the music is great. I loved him since I was like in freaking high school, bro.
Yes,
like,
sir.
He's so good.
Thank
and
you.
Eric got to come back.
Yes,
you
sir.
have the other album come out.
That's right.
Listen, we appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
See y'all soon.